run is on. Fourth inning on Friday between the Angels and the Rangers. Texas with a one-run lead. Say that 5 times fast. Bases loaded. Joe Maddon intentionally walking Corey Seager. Mike Trout's face is the best. Joe explained himself post-game. Listen up.
I thought by walking Seager there, of course, just trying to stay out of a big blow, and also just to stir the group up, quite frankly. You know, that's something you don't normally do, and I thought, you know, just by going out there and doing something like that, the team might respond. Seager's that good. So I know it was early in the game, but I thought it could have changed the momentum of the game. The box would really hurt. The box made it a 2-run moment as opposed to a 1-run moment, which I was perfect or happy with. I thought it was the right thing to do in that moment for us. Numbers are one thing, human beings are something completely different, and for me, the human element right there required what we did. That's it. It had nothing to do with math. It was just the right thing to do in the moment to minimize their damage possibly, and also possibly to pump us up a bit. So there was a couple different things going on there.
Numbers are one thing, humans are different. You agree with that?
I believe everything that Joe Maddon's saying right there. I truly believe that's why he did it. I don't think he went in with that moment created in his mind saying I would do X if that ever happened. I think he was sitting there watching. He had a bad feeling about Corey Seager. I mean, one thing I'll say, it's the 4th inning. You're already losing. It's the, 9th game of the season? I mean, it's not peak Barry Bonds up at the plate. I love Corey Seager like the rest of us do, but, I mean, I thought it was a little bit of a reach, but that's who Joe Maddon is. He does things a little bit differently. He likes to irk people, I think. Yeah. I think he does.
Robert, read the numbers.
Yeah, read the numbers.
Well, 2 things. One, they outscored the Rangers by 17 runs after that.
So it worked.
Yeah, it's for whatever reason, it seemed to, or maybe it was coincidence, but they just galvanized his Angels. And by the way, you know who the last manager was to walk a batter with the bases loaded? Joe Maddon. Yeah, to Josh Hamilton. So
and Buck did it with Barry.
Yeah, so hey, it worked. Absolutely, it worked.
It's a reach play. I get it. It's a total reach. You saw Mike Trout's reaction. It was like, what? Yeah, huh?
He was
that
like
doesn't
doing
happen
the
to me.
math.
That should happen to him multiple times a season, to be honest with you.
But the Angels do get a series win in Arlington. Meantime, Albert Pujols goes deep again. Career home run number 681?
681.
He's coming against the Milwaukee Brewers, albeit in a loss, but that is upper tank there in Milwaukee. And he is feasting, D-Row, on left-handed pitching.
He doesn't have to worry about getting beat in by a right-hander standing on the third base side of the rubber. Lefties, it just always felt like it was a tick longer, and you felt like you could get to him a little bit better. You look at it, highest slug versus left-handed pitching since the start of 2021. It's the outhouse or castle right there, Mike Zunino at the top. But look at the notable upcoming milestones. Our research department does a great job, and every time Albert does something special, you just start to kind of take in. Look at this. 3,306 career hits, 7 away from 10th all-time, 13 total bases away from 3rd all-time in the history of the sport. He will go down as one of the 5 greatest hitters of all time, the way his numbers are going to play out.
2nd most RBIs all time.
And 22 years in the game. He says he works harder now than he ever has.
19 more homers to 700. And then it's like, I mean,
that's a whole another
level of like ball player.
Yeah. And we were all
that's like mythical stuff. 100 years from now, they'll be talking about Albert.
He said it. Pretty awesome. D-Row, you also said last week something about the Rays and why they're so successful is because they take care of business against the Orioles.
Yeah.
The Yankees lost 2 or 3 against them. Your take on that series and just the AL East in general?
I'm not going to go crazy after 10 games.
Okay.
But wow, did the Yankees look eerily similar to an extension of like the last, I feel like, 2 years.
Yeah.
And there's so much pressure on them. The expectations are so high. Booney's searching for a lineup construction. The Donaldson leading off. The Anthony Rizzo leading off. Trying different guys. So I got to give it a chance to breathe. The only thing I'll say about them from an offensive standpoint, you have to get some production from Gleyber Torres and Joey Gallo. Joey Gallo's hitting $1.38. It's 10 games, but no homers, no ribbies. Glaber's taken a major step back when he hit 38 bombs. Like, I need something, because you've already punted on a couple positions. You punted on shortstop. Not that Isaiah kind of Falefa can't do the job. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you're giving up offense instead of going out and getting a Correa or something along those lines. Kyle Higashioka's got massive pop. He hit 7 bombs in spring training, but I don't think anybody's expecting like one of the better hitters in the game at the bottom of the order right there. So you've given up some stuff offensively in a couple positions with the expectations that the Donaldson of the world and Joey Gallows of the world will kind of pick up the slack. So I got to see it get loose a little bit, but it's eerily similar. It's an extension of what I've been seeing. I think at Toronto, I think of Alek Manoah. Every time the guy steps on the mound, he's absolutely dominant. Vlad Jr., Devers, lock in on Rafael Devers. He's going to fight for an MVP in Boston, but they need Chris Sale. They know it. They got to hang on until they get him back, and then hopefully he wins every start that they go out. In Tampa?
Again.
Yeah, but
they'll figure it out.
Their lineup, to me, they've let a lot of good guys kind of walk out of that lineup a little bit. Like an Austin Meadows hits 27 bombs.
Yeah.
But G-Man choice in the base.
2 things. The Yankees, eventually, they will hit.
No doubt.
And Nestor Cortez.
He was great.
Unbelievable. 2 really good starts.
You can't expect Loaiza going to be
Nestor.
perfect his whole career. He's going to give up some runs.
You know who's also been really good? This young man.
This guy's perfect.
Roki Sasaki, who last week threw a perfect game in the Japanese League with 19 strikeouts. Over the weekend, he threw another 8 perfect innings with 14 strikeouts before he was taken out after 102 pitches. That's 17 consecutive perfect innings. I was reading an article on CBSSports.com, and they had some data that his fastball has better movement, more explosive, according to one of the metrics, when you compare it to Garrett Cole. That's how nasty the stuff is.
The split finger, the stuff is so explosive and all over the place. I mean, imagine, I always say, this is his split finger, I'm not going to throw it at you. It looks like it's coming 90 miles an hour, and then it goes. It's like, where are you getting it?
Yeah. And just for context,
when's he coming over?
He has retired 52 consecutive batters. The major league record here in the States is 46, done by Yusmeiro Petit. So just a little bit of context. Now, granted, not apples to apples, but still, man, quite impressive. All right, in the middle of a hailstorm, the Rainmaker goes deep in Baltimore. What song goes with that moment? Who picked it?
That song got denied.
We're going to tell you when we fire up the jukebox. The Jams are next.